If you are a prime or a subcontractor at the beginning stages of your operations, you can make use of one man's workers' comp to save tens of thousands of dollars early on at the beginning of your business. But as your business begins to grow and your needs eventually become more complicated, you will need to look to use these strategies as least as possible. This illustration is to serve two purposes. So if you are a one-man contractor and you are needing details on options and you think you may need workers' comp eventually, then this will be for you. If you are a larger contractor and you have relationships with smaller contractors and you need these guys to get the right insurance to meet compliance, this will be for you as well. If you are a larger contractor who may have 1099 or subs and you cover them on your current workers' comp coverage and you are looking for ways to reduce your costs, well, this is for you as well. So if you are a one-man contractor, let's say you are a paint contractor and you don't have any employees, it is just you, no one else, and you happen to hear about a job or an opportunity that a larger prime contractor was offering. Now, you know that you can do the job, and the prime contractor, you spoke to them and they know that you can do the job and they agreed to provide you the contract. But before you begin, you have to show proof of insurance, and one of the coverages that is needed is workers' comp. Option 1, you can get a ghost policy from the state assigned risk pool. Now, with this policy, you claim that you do not have any payroll and that you also exclude yourself from coverage. So basically you are paying just to say that you have workers' compensation with this policy. But legally, the contractor is requiring you to have this policy because what this does is this covers them. So you're not a liability on their workers' comp insurance because you have your own legally. So that is why they're having you to get workers' comp coverage in the first place. Now, this policy is usually between $1,500 to $1,700 for the year. And this policy is auditable. Now, this means that you will be audited. So any payroll that you have, as in anyone that you pay for help or anything like that, you will be charged. So do not use any subcontractors with this strategy on this policy. Okay, keep that in mind. Also, anyone can get approved for this type of policy. As long as you are in good standings with the state and the Workers' Comp Council, anyone can get approved. So it doesn't matter if you are a dynamite making contractor or anything of high risk, you still can get approved for this. But keep in mind, I mean, this is only a strategic use of this policy, so it's not really covering anything anyway. Now, if you are a prime contractor and you have some guys that tell you that they just can't afford workers' comp, if it's just them, they can get this individual policy. And each person that has this individual policy is able to be excluded from your company's workers' comp premium, or actually the payroll that ultimately makes the premium. So it reduces your insurance cost. For example, so there was a brand new framing company. They were just getting started and they had the connections to get the work, to bring the money in, but they had to get started. Now, the workers' comp rates that they were being quoted were minimum $50,000. It actually ranged between $50,000 to $70,000, and it was only about 6 or 7 guys, and they all knew each other. They were forming this company. So now there were even some workers' comp premiums that were coming back from places like the state pool that was actually higher than the amount that they were actually projected to gross for the year. So what we did was we got one ghost policy for the company itself. And since these guys were all going to be paid individually or with a 1099 and they were not going to be W-2'd, then we got each of them a ghost policy as well. And now, instead of trying to come up with $50,000 or $70,000 for workers' compensation, the total cost of their workers' comp coverage was $9,000. If you are a one-man operation and you need workers' comp, your second option is to get a one-man workers' comp policy through a carrier such as SoulPro. Now, with this policy, you can have some coverage for yourself, and you can cover maybe one or two other people if you have some of the higher levels of coverage, but this is designed to be a one-man policy. And this policy also comes with other benefits such as doctor visits, urgent care, treatment for burns, if you have dislocations, for eye injuries, fractures. So common things that happen when you're maybe on a construction site or as a contractor. This does have some benefits included. The cost for this policy is between $950 and $1,150 per year. Now, this policy is auditable. They just confirm that you are not paying anybody else based on your pay records. And this policy is only available for certain industries. So the higher risk industries are usually not a fit and usually don't qualify. So some examples are roofing, maybe some deep excavation, but anything that's considered a higher risk is not covered under this policy, or actually it doesn't fit this policy. The value of these policies and their uses, they go beyond the cost when they are strategically structured. We have seen large construction project owners reduce their workers' comp costs drastically using this method while still remaining compliant. If you are looking to get coverage as an individual, or if you are a company looking to compare your workers' comp overall cost to what you have now, then give us a call or email us, and we look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks.